To lead a family into a more enlightened life is not to dominate or control, but to anchor spiritual frequency into the home through example, presence, and devotion.
According to the Akashic Records, how can we raise a child so that that child will be honest with us about their feelings as they get older instead of wanting to hide things from us?
According to the Akashic Records, raising a child who feels safe enough to always be honest about their emotions is less about controlling their behavior and more about cultivating an energetic environment of trust, emotional safety, and vibrational resonance with truth itself. Children naturally tell the truth when their truth is welcomed without punishment, shame, or withdrawal of love. Energetic foundations, soul contracts, and emotional safety. Before birth, many children choose their parents through soul contracts that align with specific lessons. If a child chooses you, they are often seeking an environment where they can remember their essence while being supported in emotional self-expression. Honesty from a soul level is rooted in whether the child feels energetically seen and emotionally safe, not just physically cared for. To support this, mirror their emotions without judgment. Say, I see you're feeling frustrated. That's okay, instead of don't cry or calm down. Validate before correcting. Even if their behavior needs redirection, lead with understanding. That must have felt really hard for you. Model truth-telling. Be honest with your own emotions in age-appropriate ways. Children watch how you handle discomfort and vulnerability, creating a truth-honoring field in the home. In the Akashic view, your home becomes a vibrational field. Children absorb the frequency of that field and reflect it back. To raise an honest child, let them witness your emotional truth, not just your words. Say, I feel a little sad today, but I'm allowing that to move through me. Avoid performative perfection. If you hide your struggles, they learn to hide theirs. Celebrate vulnerability. Praise them when they are honest, not just when they behave. Hold space for contradiction. Let them be sad and grateful, angry and loving. This teaches nuanced emotional intelligence. Energetic imprinting and trauma prevention. Lying often begins when children associate truth with pain, when their emotions are invalidated, dismissed, or punished. From the record's perspective, every moment of suppression imprints fear into the child's root and throat chakras. To counter this, practice co-regulation. Help them process rather than bypass what they feel. Teach that mistakes are not threats, but portals to deeper self-awareness. This makes honesty a safe frequency in their body. Spiritual practices to anchor openness. Evening check-ins. Ask open-ended questions like, what was the hardest part of your day? Not just, how was school? Heart-to-heart rituals. Sit quietly and put your hands on your hearts together. Let them speak when ready. No pressure. Dream sharing. Invite them to tell you their dreams and imagination. This builds a bridge of trust beyond logic and into the soul. The deeper truth. Children hide when they feel they'll be misunderstood, shamed, or disconnected. To raise a child who speaks truth, be the space where truth feels safe. This isn't about perfect parenting. It's about embodied presence, where your nervous system, your energy, and your actions all communicate. Your truth belongs here.
And the part I think most of you don't even realize is this is the same for adults in relationship as well. According to the Akashic Records, what is the spiritual origin of generational curses and how do they manifest in our lives?
A generational curse, from a spiritual and Akashic Records perspective, is a repeating loop of unhealed energy that continues from one generation to the next, often unconsciously. These loops can be karmic debts, e.g. misuse of power, betrayal, war crimes, abandonment, emotional trauma, e.g. shame, grief, rage, scarcity, energetic contracts, e.g. vows of poverty, loyalty to pain, silence, spiritual disconnections, e.g. exile from source, abandonment of the divine feminine masculine, epigenetic trauma stored in the body and nervous system. These are not merely psychological, but energetic signatures encoded into the family soul field. How do they begin? Generational curses typically originate in traumatic soul events such as 1. A family member committing a spiritual violation, e.g. murder, murder, abuse, manipulation of sacred knowledge. 2, a lineage being colonized, enslaved, or forcibly displaced, resulting in collective trauma. 3, a soul contract of silence or shame made after a betrayal or spiritual fall. 4, a vow made under duress, such as no one in this family will ever trust love again. We must suffer to survive. Misuse of power or spiritual gifts that created karmic debt for a family. When these wounds are not transmuted, they become dense energetic signatures woven into the soul fabric of the bloodline. How are they passed on? They are passed through multiple channels. 1, energetic fields. A child is born into the auric and emotional field of their parents and inherits the vibrational frequency of unprocessed traumas or spiritual distortions. 2, epigenetic science now shows that trauma can alter DNA expression. The Akashic perspective confirms that trauma and unprocessed emotion influence not only energy, but biological coding. Behavioral modeling: children mirror what they see. Patterns of abandonment, addiction, anger, scarcity, or unworthiness become normalized behaviors they internalize as identity. 4, soul contracts. Some souls volunteer to be born into families with generational curses in order to heal the bloodline. These are often the black sheep or cycle breakers of the family. Chakra imprinting. Each generational wound may anchor itself in a specific chakra, e.g. shame in the sacral, silence in the throat, fear in the root, and be energetically passed on. How to break a generational curse. Breaking a generational curse is a sacred act of transmutation. Here's a step-by-step spiritual roadmap. 1, awareness. Begin with observation. What patterns repeat in your family? Addiction, violence, poverty, divorce, disease. Bring awareness without judgment. Awareness is the first light of liberation. 2, ancestral acknowledgement. Call in your ancestors during prayer or meditation and acknowledge their suffering. Open quote. I see your pain, I honor your struggle, and I am here now to help set us free. Energetic clearing rituals. Work with fire, write down patterns and burn them. Take spiritual baths with salt and herbs. Call on angels or ascended ancestors to assist in clearing. Use cord-cutting visualizations or energy healing. 4, rewriting the contract. Consciously break the energetic agreement. Speak aloud. Open quote. This pattern ends with me. I no longer carry what is not mine. I choose love, sovereignty, and divine truth. Close. 5, anchor new patterns. Replace the curse with a blessing. Open quote. In this lineage we now thrive. We speak truth, we remember joy. Close quote. Signs you might be the cycle breaker. You feel deeply different from your family. You're drawn to spirituality, healing, or therapy. You're the one black sheep who questions traditions. Life seems harder for you, but you're more conscious. You feel a deep call to help your few children live differently. According to the Akashic records, generational curses are simply unhealed timelines waiting for light. You are never punished by them. You are invited by them. And those with the strength to break them are the souls who chose at a higher level to bring freedom to an entire bloodline.
According to the Akashic records, if I'm raising a child in patience and kindness and it's still not working, what am I supposed to do?
According to the Akashic records, when patience and kindness seem not to be working, it often signals that something deeper is being called forth. Not just from your child, but from you. Not as a punishment, but as an invitation to evolve how you're holding the energy of love, boundaries, and spiritual alignment in the relationship. Understanding soul contracts and mirror dynamics. Every child chooses their parent on a soul level for a purpose. If you are meeting your child with patience and kindness, and it still feels like you're not getting through, the soul of the child may be calling you to expand your definition of love beyond comfort. Some children aren't soothed by softness alone. They are seeking energetic containment, clarity, or firm guidance to feel secure. Patience without presence can feel passive. Kindness without clear edges can feel vague. So the question becomes, are you being patient and kind because you're afraid of conflict? Or are you also showing up with strength, clarity, and consistency in your energy field? Energetic authority versus emotional reactivity. From the record's perspective, children, especially sensitive or high-frequency souls, respond more to your aura than your words. If your patience is laced with quiet resentment, exhaustion, or doubt, your child may be reacting to that energy, not your actions. Healing may require energetic authority, grounding your own energy deeply in your body and expressing direction without emotional charge. Sacred boundaries, holding space for emotions but not chaos. Inner alignment, reflecting on whether your current parenting style is based on outdated programming or deep attunement. When patience isn't enough, one energetic attunement. Sit in silence and ask yourself, what is my child trying to awaken in me? Often the misbehavior is not just a challenge, it's a lesson encoded into the soul contract. 2, chakra-based connection. Speak from the heart chakra. Hold space from the root chakra, and trust your intuition, third eye, rather than mental logic alone. 3, soul dialogue. Before sleep, connect with your child's soul in meditation. Ask, what do you need from me that I'm not seeing? Be still, let the answer rise. When kindness is too passive and structure is needed. Some children act out not from defiance, but from an unconscious longing for structure and spiritual boundaries. When there is too much flow without structure, they feel unheld. The Akashic guidance here is be both river and riverbank. Let love flow, but let your presence shape it. This might mean shifting from permissiveness to intentional guidance. Reclaiming your role as sacred authority, not authoritarian force. Teaching through embodied example, not just gentle words. Final Akashic insight: if kindness and patience don't work, it doesn't mean you failed. It means you are being called deeper. You're being asked not just to parent, but to alchemize, to become the version of you that can hold clarity with compassion, love with leadership, presence with power. You are not here to control your child. You are here to hold the field through which their soul can rise. And sometimes that rising is chaotic before it becomes coherent.
According to the Akashic records, what is a step-by-step way that a man could lead his family to a more spiritual life that will lead to enlightenment?
According to the Akashic records, the spiritual leadership of a man within his family is a sacred calling, a divine orchestration that harmonizes masculine direction with spiritual receptivity. To lead a family into a more enlightened life is not to dominate or control, but to anchor spiritual frequency into the home through example, presence, and devotion. Here is a step-by-step path a man may take to lead his family toward greater spiritual alignment and ultimately toward enlightenment. Step 1, initiate inner devotion. Before a man can lead outwardly, he must reclaim his own inner temple. Daily spiritual practice: begin with prayer, breathwork, or meditation each day. This builds a magnetic field of calm leadership. Inner purification: reflect on inherited patterns, anger, avoidance, pride, and commit to transmuting them through self-inquiry, journaling, or ancestral healing. Soul alignment: ask, who do I serve? Anchor your devotion to the divine, not just to success or protection, but to sacred purpose. Open quote: a family will only rise to the level of presence held by the one who steadies the spiritual compass. Close quote. Step 2, become the pillar of energy. The masculine is the pillar through which energy flows and is directed. Regulate emotions. Learn to sit with your emotions without projecting them. This teaches your children and partner what emotional safety feels like. Hold the field when chaos arises in the home. Breathe deeper, not louder. Be the still mountain in the storm. Protect the sacred. Guard the spiritual sanctity of the home. Limit exposure to toxic media, dishonor, and emotional violence. Step 3, honor the feminine. A spiritual household cannot rise without the feminine being honored. Reverence, not rescue. Let your partner be fully expressed, emotional, radiant, and cyclical. Do not fix her, witness her. Make space for her. Into the feminine carries insight. Consult her heart. Let decisions emerge from communion, not command. Teach through listening. Spiritual leadership means cultivating such presence that your listening becomes a form of healing. As step 4, lead ritual, not rules. Replace constant correction with daily ritual, rhythm, and reverence. Family circle. Create a weekly spiritual circle with your family. Light candles, share prayers, sing or express gratitude. Bless your food aloud. This awakens reverence in the children's subconscious. Take the family into nature. Let your children feel the divine in trees, wind, and water. Step 5, teach by example, not preaching. Children learn by frequency, not by words. If you speak of truth, Be truthful. If you speak of peace, don't model chaos. Let them see your devotion. Let your children see you meditate, pray, apologize, cry, forgive, and rise again. Tell them stories of ancestors, of angels, of the soul and the stars. Awaken their spiritual memory. Step 6, initiate the family into higher knowledge. Spiritual leadership is also about introducing cosmic remembrance. Teach energy awareness. Speak of chakras, emotions, breath, and vibration in age-appropriate ways. Introduce divine law. Share about karma, intention, manifestation, and sacred responsibility. Read sacred texts or spiritual books as a family, even just one page a night. Step 7, become the bridge between worlds. Ultimately, spiritual masculinity is about being the bridge between heaven and earth. Hold the vision. Carry the highest vision for your family, even when no one else sees it yet. Walk the path. Choose spiritual integrity over comfort or popularity. Children and partners will follow the light of truth. Return to God often. When you fall short, and you will, return to the divine. Your sincerity becomes your strength. Final note, what makes this true leadership? It is not dominance, nor control, nor perfection. It is the man who becomes a living altar, who lets his body be a channel, his heart be a lamp, and his life be a path that leads the way home.